Hello, YouTube. So doing a, I was going to call it a daily breakdown for how today went, but I did take a trade. It wasn't a very successful trade. It was more, I took 20 pips on it, but then I didn't move the stop loss, and then it moved back to the entry, and I closed it. Ended up closing it manually. I actually did make like a little tiny, a few pips on there. I think enough to buy me some milk actually. So it was pretty much just going to call it the break even trade. Then the second one I missed, which was a bit of a killer. So I'm going to run down, go through those so you can just learn. So let's bring it up here. So I've replayed. I've just cut off some of the data from here. So we're going to go step by step what we're thinking. So of course it's German 40, 22nd of August. The um the Euro session, the Euro Open, the Frankfurt Open, this candle right here was very strong bullish. So I probably should have gone with that because I did have a buying bias, but I didn't want to take the breakout. But this candle indeed just was telling you go long. I think I just got a bit cute with it, looking for it to push up into these monthly levels, then pull back, take out like the euro low or Asian low even, and then push up. So I haven't got the pathway here that I did have on here, but we got dropped down to the 5 minute, and let's sort of just relive everything. So I had these areas where price I really thought it was going to react from around here. Like these were the zones. Okay. So I did give a few little tips in the streams today. So if you want to like sort of skip through them, I think it was in the New York session, just a tip on like how to draw these little areas. And we're going to just see how like effective they can actually be. So more or less this green area, like I really was looking at this candle wick and this candle. So I did have a zone across here, and that's where I thought that when price was going to, I guess it already had been retested a couple of times now I think about it, but I thought price could do like a little sneaky push up and then come down and then go up. And I really wanted to like hunt those buys from around this zone here. So let's see how it sort of like broke the high, then came back down, and then it was like that. I guess that was the retest. So a little bit unfortunate that I sort of missed it because then it just left without us. So yeah, real shame here. Then once it had like kind of closed above here, that actually was I was considering. No, I wasn't even considering the sells from around here. No, it was only looking for those buys, but I did consider maybe selling down to those buys that we had pushed out of this area. I had to leave that sell. I had to shelve that idea until we got a little bit higher as we just continued to push higher, right? So oh wait a second, 825. Yeah, that was the pullback, and I was really hoping this one was going to keep on going down to then give me an entry from down low, but it did a nice little pullback, but that was about it. It just quickly recovered here. Then it kept on rising, and that was painful to see. I finished the stream, as we know, it kind of just kept on pushing, pushing, pushing. Went too far, one candle too far. Let's go. Yeah. Now, there was an opportunity here. And this is one that I did pop in the Discord saying that I'm going to give this one a go. And it was more or less when the 30-minute candle was coming to a close. And the next, like, we're doing the stream and you'll see a price retrace here. And then it kind of just, oh no, it wasn't that one, was it? It kind of just went and it just fell and started doing nothing for a while. Okay. So it wasn't, oh no, gone too far again. Sorry, my mistake. It was in this little area here where price was sort of just hovering for too long. too long. Just didn't really want to give anything. So it was just, it felt like eternity. Where I gave it a go was on this next, once this candle would close between 9:30 and 10 10 o'clock till 10:30 a.m. my time, my local time. I gave it an anticipation entry. An anticipation entry is when this candle had opened, price had pushed up, and I'm anticipating that this candle is going to close with a wick, and then like I'm assuming this candle is going to close bearish. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my trade in this top wick. So the price had pushed up, and I took this trade when price was more or less around here. Okay. Kept my stop loss just above these highs, and I was targeting 50 pips, which would put it around here. So the next candle wicked up. My entry must have been a little bit lower. Oh no, that would have been there. Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect. So that's where the entry was. And we did see a nice little drop. Okay. It dropped 20 pips at this 20 pips mark because I wasn't totally confident with it. Yeah. At 20 pips, that was when I closed 50% of my trade. I didn't do anything on my stop loss. So this is more or less just a little bit over 1-to-1 at this stage. In hindsight, now, once I did go back and review it, the same area, see this green box here, this is the same way that I draw my zones over to the left. See how it's like using this candle, the wick to the left, candle closed nice and bullish. Another candle, tested this candle, and then closed bullish again. So I'm drawing my zone from here up to the open price. And I actually overlooked it at the stage because I was just looking for these sells. You know, I kind of just missed this price action. What it was telling me, it was going to go up for another move up, or this is a very, very dangerous area. So I guess I'm very happy still with my sell that I took. But I would have, I think, moved my stop to break even now in hindsight, and then just booked it as a, you know, risk reward would have been 1/2 if it stopped me out. Otherwise, it would have been a chance for a winner. Anyway, that's how the cookie crumbled. So it was about this point when I was breaking this high, I was like, oh, I'm done with it. So that's how, like, I did turn a little profit, but it wasn't the trade that I really wanted. So just get on going up. Then what gets more interesting was my bias was then looking for sells from here. And when you have an Asian session, that's more or less bullish. Then you have a Euro session, that's more or less bullish. And then you have a London session, that's very bullish. It's very unlikely the New York session is going to be bullish as well. Okay, so my ideas was just look for these sells. It was very clear. I just wanted the New York session to sort of break that London high, grab that liquidity that's above here, and then dump. I thought that would have been a very, very, very good move. So I drew, same way I drew this little zone here based on these two candles and these two wicks. What I was looking at was over to the left on the 30-minute chart. And you're going to see that something over here that looks quite interesting. So same kind of candle, but this time in reverse. Nice bearish candle, rejection candle. This is where I really would encourage you to go look at the stream from today, from the New York session, because I'll give you like, I write down like 1, 2, 3, 4 things that you should, how I'm going to mark this. And I made it very, very clear. Okay. These are things that I would love to be coaching you guys if you want, or what we study on the weekends, but you would need to join the service for that. Okay. But I think it's worth it in my eyes. Okay. So here is the first rejection candle, and here is the second rejection candle. Okay. The zone now is going to go from this top wick to the open, and then I'm going to drag and extend this to the right. This becomes an area of liquidity. Okay. So price proceeded to push up into this area. And this is where I overthought the whole move. So price, keep on going. Let's get to New York session. New York session is the next candle. This is the close of the London session. So remember, my idea was for price to break New York high, get into this zone, and then drop. So what price did is it pushed up. Okay, New York session came with the volume. There was a little buy move to sell. It got like, 0.5 of a pip away from this gray area. And I just was hoping, what I was thinking was like, this is where I got a bit cute with it, is that I thought it would be a bit more sneaky and then do a sweep and then dump. So I set a pending order right here at 15,806 with about a 15 pip stop, targeting back this liquidity area that hasn't been retested yet. Okay. So there's a very, very, very good chance it was going to retest this area. And that would have put this trade at like, this would have been a lovely trade to have taken. Could have been looking for, as soon as it got to this area, because at this moment price had moved about 190 pips one direction. I should have just been looking for opportunities to get in from here. So this is the mistake that I made today. It did give you a setup. It did give a setup. Let's have a little look on the 1 minutes. So this candle opened higher and then closed bearish. All we need is the second one now. So here it goes back up again. Okay. And this candle here, this one here should have been the entry. So first candle, second candle, rejecting the sort of area. If we're breaking underneath here, then I reckon it was just downtown from that point on. But I was looking for the entry from about 15,806. So that's a real shame. So we'll just see what happened, just died pretty much clean shot down to this bit. Notice how if I was going to draw a zone here as well, I'd be drawing it because this is a rejection candle. I'd be drawing it from this area to this area. Price gets to the bottom of this little bit, holds up for a bit. Okay. So it's just got to eat through this support. I'll give you an analogy of pancakes. So watch the stream and I'll talk about it again. But like once the liquidity gets eaten, obviously this was hungry for more and it broke the low and then just continued to drop. And that's all I was looking to get. And this just absolutely rocketed down. So this was an easy 100 pip trade, missed. So kind of kicking myself. Anyway, that's how it is. No, I know one of the guys that got it. Two of the guys that got it. So I'm very happy with them. Because obviously the teachings are paying off. Okay. Then price would just hesitated, just went around and tracked sideways for quite a bit. Now, I want to just flick over to gold quickly and then just do a little bit of revision on those zones again and how I do say price goes from one liquidity to another liquidity. And I really, really liked this. So price had dropped from this area. There were beautiful sells available here. Price pushed down, hesitated a little bit, okay, and then dumped and dumped and dumped. Now, before it had dumped over here, before what I was really looking for is I really wanted to see price rebound up to 1898 and then take those sells down to 1890. But it didn't do that. So what it did was, see, this is the way I draw the zone again, okay? Once we closed below it, what I did do is that once price had come up, now this was an area, because if this is a support, manipulated support, it becomes a resistance. So I did actually jump into a little sell here and I closed it about here. Okay. Just a little 20, 25 pipper late in the New York session. I was really wanting to target this 1898 area. Okay. Price came back down, then it started to push up. And then note the same zone. This zone here is, this zone here was on the 15 minutes. So you can see the same sort of candles formation. Okay, right here, this wick and this wick. So this was the area I was really targeting. Price pushed up into the rejections from here. Okay, had a reaction, then closed into it, pushed up into this zone, then had this little reaction. But the time is not to take a trade this late in the day. We're getting to 5 o'clock UK time, so lunchtime, New York time. It's not the time to be trading gold. Liquidity, volume often dies, and you get stuck into this. So, although the zones are they very clear, there's also about the timing of when you take those trades. So, I hope this video helps. Wasn't obviously not my greatest day, but it was still a learning experience. We still exercise patience. Okay. So I shall see you guys in the next vid. Take care. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.